Hey everybody, it's Joel Marshall here, and this is LearnMyComputer.com, and today we are going to just take a look at your System Preferences panel. And what is the System Preferences panel? It is the panel where you can make changes to the settings of your computer, how things are configured on your computer. And we're just going to take a quick look at it today because it's a bit overwhelming at times, and I want to just take a quick little dip in there just so we can get an idea of what it is, and we're going to look at one part of that panel and how to change the settings there. So we've been to this panel before, but we got there in a different way, and the way we got there was to right click on the desktop and change desktop background. Again, this is the contextual menu. It's guessing what we want to do. We want to change the desktop background. That's going to take us directly to the System Preferences panel and open up the part where we change the desktop background. And I'm going to click on that just to remind you what it does. There we are. It opens up and it says desktop, and we can change the image that's on our desktop. I'm going to go ahead and change it to a bunch of lily pads by clicking on the lily pad one. And you see we're done, and then I close that. But where was I? What was I doing? I was in the System Preferences panel, and I'll show you another way to get there because you're going to have to get there in a different way to do other things. So I'm going to go up to the upper left-hand corner to the Apple, and I'm going to click on that once. And then I'm going to go down to where it says System Preferences, and I'm going to click on that. And you'll see that this window opens up with all these icons, and at the top it says System Preferences. And I can go down to the second one here that says Desktop and Screensaver, and that's where I can change my desktop wallpaper, and you'll recognize this because it's where we just were. If I click once on that, you see we're back into that place where I changed my desktop wallpaper, and that's the same exact place we were before. Now if I want to go back to the icon page to see all the System Preferences choices, I can click on Show All up here, and it shows all the different choices for changing settings in the System Preferences panel. So there are a lot more than just Desktop and Screensaver, and I can see all of them here, and I'm just going to show you one called Dock. If I go here to the icon called Dock and I click once on it, you'll see it gives me different settings that I can use for my dock. And to remind you what the dock is the little shelf at the bottom of the screen, or some of you have it on the left side of the screen, where all the icons that you use a lot are. And you see them down there, and you'll see I can change the settings for that dock right here under System Preferences, Dock. Okay, so I can change the size of the dock. This little slider here, this is called a slider. If I slide it back and forth, you can see that dock changes size. Magnification, I can click on that, and when that's chosen, when I hover over the icons, they get bigger. That's called magnification. Sometimes that's good when you want to see things a little more clearly. Maybe your eyesight's not as good as it was, or maybe you just like that effect. So there you go. That's one way to magnify those, and there's a slider for different sizes of magnification depending on how you like it. And then there's position on screen. I said before, some people have your dock on the left side. If you click on that, you see it goes to the left hand side. Still does magnification, still does a lot of the same stuff. Some people like it over there. That's a preference. That's why we're in System Preferences. And if you go to bottom here, goes to the bottom, and it also can be on the right hand side. There's also minimize windows using Genie effect. That's just for fun, really. You can see it here. I'm going to minimize this dock window, and you see it goes down like it was a genie in a bottle. And then I can make it go back up, and it goes like a genie in the bottle, down and up. And you'll see if I change it to the other choice, which is scale effect, it doesn't do that genie effect. It just throws itself down there kind of abruptly. I like the genie effect. I'm going to keep it on there. Minimize windows into application icon. This is just a very, very specific little preference. I'm not sure why it even gives you that choice, but you'll see if I click on that, it'll minimize into the icon on the desktop that is the application that's open. The application that's open right now is System Preferences, so if I minimize it, it goes into the System Preferences icon, and when I click on it again, it comes back out. I like to keep it the other way, which is the default, which is to minimize it down into the lower right hand corner. You'll see if I minimize it, it goes down here, and I can see it down there, and I can see what other things I have open. If I click on that, it comes back up. I like that better. Animate opening applications, that's just when you open an application and it bounces on the dock. That's the choice there to do that or not do that. Automatically hide and show the dock. This is one where this becomes very useful. If you click on this, you'll see that the dock went away, and now it comes back. And when I hover over the bottom of the screen, it comes back, and when I go away from it, it goes away. Some people like that, just to make it go away so they can get more screen real estate, see a little bit more, and then when they hover over, the dock is there for when they need it. I don't particularly like that because I like to see my applications down there. I like to uncheck that. And this is very useful to know where this is in case you like it, the dock to be there all the time, and it's hiding and showing and hiding and showing and driving you crazy, and you're like, how do I turn that off? Well, you turn it off by going to the System Preferences and then Dock, and then going to automatically show and hide dock, or hide and show the dock, and you can check it on and off there. The last one is show indicator lights for open applications. That's just the little dot that's underneath the applications when they're open. I like to keep that on. That's the default, but I guess you can turn it off if you prefer, and that's where you do it. So once again, if I click on Show All, I can see all the system preferences. If I choose one, here's the dock, the one that we chose, I can go to that, and when I'm finished, I can just close it. You'll see if I go back to System Preferences, click on the apple, and then System Preferences, it will come back to the main System Preferences window, and there are many, many other system preferences here for us to explore. I invite you to explore them on your own, but we will start talking about other ones because this is a very important place to go to make changes on your computer. And this has been about system preferences and the dock preferences. I invite you to email me at joel@learnmycomputer.com. That's joel@learnmycomputer.com. if you have any questions or suggestions. Otherwise, I will talk with you next week.